most common balance issues that I see with clients on a daily basis, and what can you do about it specifically? Let's talk about it right now. So commonly, I will see from a muscle standpoint, I will see this muscle called your hip flexor, which attaches from here down to here and lifts up this femur bone, so lifts up this thigh bone. I see this muscle get short, get tight. We're sitting too much. This muscle is not functioning like it should. And if that's the case, it will greatly affect potentially whether you're able to lift your knee up. Let's say you're walking, or let's say you're on a trip, or let's say you're going upstairs. You may not be able to recruit that muscle to lift your knee through swing phase as you're walking. So this is a very, very important muscle that I will see not firing like it should. The second muscle that I'll see that may not be working that affects balance, especially in the 60+ population, is you can see this femur, so this thigh bone, and below my thigh bone is my lower leg. So in my lower leg, there's a muscle on the outside of that lower leg called your anterior tib muscle that causes your foot to lift, causes your toes to lift up. Well, if that muscle is not firing, you may get stuck on the rug. You may feel like the rug caught your toe, or you may feel like the stair also grabbed you, or you're not able to clear your foot, and you find yourself catching your toes more commonly depending on what shoes you wear. So whether it's your hip flexors, whether it's your anterior tib muscle, what do you do? I mean, I think that's the age-old question, is like, how do I work on these things? And that's on a muscle standpoint. I'm not even talking about posture, because if your posture breaks down and we find ourselves leaning forward, as we lean into forward flexion, that's going to affect our balance too, which is going to make it harder to lift my leg up. When I'm working in that hip flexor, it's harder for me to get my hip flexor fire, and harder on my lower anterior tib and my toes. They may not be able to lift as much too if my angle of my body is pitching forward. What do you do? So whether it's muscle, whether it's posture, both of these points are very important when working with the 60+ population, for sure, when it relates to balance. We have to work on improving the overall postural position of the body, and we have to work on waking up the right muscles so that you're able to clear through swing phase and get your foot to swing through, lifting from your hip area, getting that foot to clear. Both of those factors are important, and there's many passive exercises that you can do, wisdom movements. There's many exercises you can do to work on your overall postural position and to work on waking up the right muscles so that you are empowered to progress and make improvements to your balance, where balance is not a dirty little secret where it's like you're falling and you don't want to tell anybody and you don't know what to do and you just pretend like it's not happening. That's probably the worst case scenario. You want tactics and tools and techniques that you could work on to improve your movement and your sure-footedness. But the second piece too is then it comes into consistency, that you're doing those exercises on a daily basis. And these are passive movements. They're very easy, basic postural movements. But if you do them on a daily basis, your posture, your balance is going to improve, and then you don't feel like you're stuck. So hope these tips help. These are common things that I see all the time that we help our clients with as it relates to balance. And when I say balance, I'm talking about falling. I'm talking about improving your balance so that you're moving better through space, you're more sure-footedness, and you're confident as you move around. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next video.